Robin Schulz, member of the Broadoaks residents community.
Thank you. My name is Robin Schulz. I'm a representative of the Broadoaks community. We understood we had 2 5-minute slots, but we just found out we haven't. There was 2 separate submissions made, one on the Coronation Reserve and one on the Road Reserve, 2 separate issues. And Mike Eagle was able to speak on the latter one, if we can fit it in. But to save time, I'll talk about the Coronation Reserve firstly. I understand that you've got a full copy of our submission.
Yeah, and it's an extremely extensive one. I was going to congratulate you on the detail that you have provided. And everyone's read it. So,
Thank you. Yeah. If you look at the attachment, it was a PowerPoint presentation given to the community board.
Yep. That's
more explicit, and I hope you've got the colour photographs.
Very graphic.
I think it summarises the issues, but the basic issue is we have a major problem in this area. The earthquakes stopped work on the reserve. We understand that. No argument with that. But since then, it's overgrown and it's a major fire risk. Your staff had the Chief Rural Fire Officer standing on my deck trying to work out how they're going to fight the fire from my place if it caught fire. 12 years ago, 100 metres away, the valley did catch fire, so it is a real issue. We also have a problem with our insurance companies, who we should be telling them about this, and we don't want to do that, but we need to have some direct action immediately to rectify this issue. The whole reserve is overgrown, and it's causing other issues of pests, possums, rats, defecating on everyone's property, eating their gardens, etc. That's well documented in the PowerPoint presentation. So the solution, our view, is the whole reserve needs to be addressed as a total redevelopment. Fulton Hogan gave you a pup, the council accepted it, you were taken for a ride. It needs to be rectified. In the subdivision process, they should have been doing this work that we're now faced with. 2008, the council adopted a plan to do it. Everyone is happy with the plan. Might be some minor tweaks. I understand in 2008 the budget was $400,000. It's now been costed independently by the council staff. It's $950,000. If we wait another 5 years, it's going to be $1.5 million. So I think we need to collectively come to an arrangement to form a group. The residents are fully behind this. There's a lot of them sitting behind me. They've got their own groups, and we're keen to see this happen. We note that the long-term plan's got $480,000 in it over 10 years. You're wasting ratepayers' money. It's going to go nowhere. In 3 years, it'll be overgrown, it'll be the same problem. And that's happened twice already. So we can't just have half the money over a longer period. You need to fund the whole thing so that we get at least the capital works done, and that's going to solve the problem. Just as an aside, this reserve's got huge potential. There's already birds, native birds. There's been tuis seen up there, bellbirds, native falcons. I happen to be in Zealandia on Saturday in Wellington. Every council needs to go and see that. It is fantastic. This is a mini one of that. We won't have predator fences, that sort of thing, but with prudent management by the residents who are keen to get involved, this is a potential mini Zealandia, and we're missing opportunities if we don't do this. The $480,000, what's in the plan, and I understand is now supported by the community board, only found this out yesterday, won't go anywhere. You need to fund the whole lot. An issue that's in the PowerPoint presentation is the average rate in Christchurch is $2,800 for the average property. The average rate up on this hill is over $7,500. There's people here who pay $12,500 for rates. So on average, it's about $4,500 per property paid every year above the average rate. We're not asking for anything special. We just want a fair suck of the salve. That $4,000 per annum for 300 lots is $1.3 million every year over and above the average rate. For the 13 years we've waited, there's $14 million been recovered from this area, and not $1 has been paid except for some minor roading maintenance. So you need to keep that in mind, that we've paid our rates regularly. We want a bit back. We won't. 900,000 is not a lot of money in that context. Our suggestion is that you fund the 900,000 over, say, a 4 to 5 year period, a couple of $100,000 a year, and the staff and the community get together with a project team, and we have expertise on that hill that can help. There's one guy who owns a irrigation company, happy to put his time and money in. Some of us got project management experience as engineers, and it'll save money, we'll get it done properly and efficiently. So that's the main part about the reserve. The road, thank you for the work that's just been done following our lobbying. The council have sealed some of the vital corners. It's a much better road now, but the rest of the road reserve needs urgent attention. There's about $500,000 worth of work which the council staff believe is fair and reasonable. That needs to be tended to. The whole area is depreciating because of the council not maintaining their own assets. So the council have admitted to us that some of it slipped through the system. Understand that. Let's get it right. Let's provide some mechanism for funding, and we can move on from there. So I urge the council to look at our submission and look at the council's own staff budget of $950,000 for the reserve and the $500,000 for the road, and I think it'll be accepted over a period of time, 3 to 4 to 5 years, to get all that sorted. I think will be a reasonable proposition. Happy to answer questions.
Well, but we've come to the end of the time, but thank you so much, because I think that a number of the submissions that we've already heard this morning have really focused on how the community could work in partnership with council to make things happen in a particularly focused way, based on local knowledge, and that you've really emphasised that in your oral submission. It was already evidenced in the submission and the presentation you made to the community board. So thank you very much for that.